doing? My name is Marcos and I'm from M3 Reviews. Now tonight is my first video. I want to introduce myself to the community of all you guys out there. I've been watching everybody for a while. Been digging it a lot, you know, it's really cool. There's a lot of you guys out there that are do all your reviews, and literally I watched a lot. For the last like 3 years I've probably been watching and just being home bored or whatever, you know, not really having anything to do. Started tripping on YouTube and got on YouTube and was watching stuff and all that, and I love it. It's great. It's just me and Megatron here, kicking some back, having a cold one. I'm from Lodi, California. I'm 42 years old. Anyway, I was looking to start like a new hobby. Like typically over the years, for a while, doing like boats, fishing, dirt biking, all that kind of stuff, and it's fun. But you know, your kids get older and you're just like, what do you do now? You know, it's they're just out doing their thing, so you kind of like gotta figure out what you're gonna do for a new hobby without spending too much money going out and doing stuff. So I started looking at YouTube and dug it, and I started looking at Transformers, and probably I think I bought Optimus Prime, the G1, back about 6 or 7 years ago, and he just stayed by my bed, like on my nightstand for a while. And then as time went on, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this, and then I went back to like my old house, grabbed my old toy box and opened it up, and I found Astro Train. I was like, yes, I remember that. I used to have a bunch of them, and sealed, some of them in the box, some of them this, but over the period of time they just got either tossed out. I have no idea what happened to them. They're gone. So I started like thinking, oh, I'm gonna get all my G1 characters back. So I did. I started doing G1, and I got maybe 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 16 of them. When I started watching the YouTube, I would just YouTube like Transformers, and then I started checking out a lot of the guys you already know of who are great at reviewing. All these guys right here are the ones I subscribe to. I got Bobby Skullface, MGO316, Evangelist. I even watched a little bit of Kathleen's Clutter, Ben's Collectibles, Optibotimus, and they were great. So watching them all the time, thinking, oh man, like literally, I wanted to do what you guys were doing. Not this part of it, the video part of it, but I wanted to get all those toys and stuff, because the way you guys posed them and the way you guys did your little skits with them, that was fun. It's good stuff. I loved it. So there I was, started to collect and collect and collect. So I got my collection up to a certain point where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start reviewing. Maybe not all just Transformers and stuff, and G.I. Joe, Spawn, and all that kind of stuff, but you know, some of the just whatever I like, you know. And then I also watch Laura Legends and Shartimus Prime. Funny, they're just fun to watch, you know, fun to get involved with and all that kind of stuff. And just with the whole reviewing stuff, all the guys that I just listed off put in so much time and effort, and I know that just from me doing this video here, and I've already done a couple, but I'm gonna put them obviously behind this video. This one's my introduction, and just the work that my son puts into it, because he's the editor of all this and that kind of stuff, and he started doing it for other things. Marky4?
Marky IV. Marky _IV.
Oh, my son's name is Marky, and he's got his own YouTube channel. I'll be reviewing him later. I like getting a lot of my toys from Big Bad Toy Store, from TF Source, eBay. You know, I started eBaying everything, and then I started going to a Big Bad Toy Store because of somebody putting it at the end of the reviews, like, check this out or whatever, and I was like, dang, there's every toy, anything you can imagine, right? So that's where that went into. In this channel that I just set I've been YouTubing for a long time, and I've been subscribing to all these people for a long time. Last night was the night that I started my channel, right? So I was thinking of a name for it, and M3 Reviews is what I could come up with. I think my son even chatted it out, like, hey, what about M3 Reviews? Because my name is Marcos, and I'm Marcos Ortega the third. My son's the fourth, my dad's the second, and then my grandpa, of course, was the first. So I've always gone around like the number 3. On this channel, it's my dad's Harley, but I call it, you know, my bike. I'll be like reviewing my bike, certain toys. I got a boosted board. I wanted to review that, take it to Frisco and go up and down the hills right there in the streets. My son got a drone, check that out. Hopefully, you know, like if I'm reviewing it, it doesn't bother me, like who comes in the door, checks it out. They're more than welcome. Come in, like my wife, my daughter, my son and daughter always have a bunch of friends coming over, so you know, they might pop in. I'll sit them down and talk to them real quick. You know, I'm a huge dork, and everybody knows it. It doesn't matter. For the most part, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to introduce myself, so if I do start putting out more videos and more content and whatnot, you know, at least you have everybody needs a starting video, right? So this one, and it's gonna be like on this table with a sheet on it, and this display cabinet behind me. Eventually, you know, everybody progresses through time and gets a little bit better with their cameras and their audios and all that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, I can't do anything about my hairline, so it's gonna stay like that. But anyway, I'm gonna try and have some fun with this. Like I said, I'm a newbie, and a lot of this is I'm learning as it goes, and I just want to have some fun with it. And everybody who I mentioned earlier, I know I didn't mention some people that I watch and I really admire. You guys are really good people. I hope this video wasn't too boring, and I'm gonna try and make them a little bit more exciting. Anyway, thanks for checking me out. Thanks for coming in,